Hey everybody, welcome to Free Up Friday. It's Friday, so you know what time it is. This week I've actually received a package from a friend in Ottawa, and it's my first mail call or haul of 2022. I've got some very exciting stuff to show you guys, so let's get right into it now, shall we? So these are all the cars I got this week from Ottawa that were sent to me. Pretty excited. I've obviously laid them all out just so that it's kind of organized for when I grab them out. So let's start off with these two right here. So right here, I've got two Dodge Vipers. Very nice. If you remember from last week's video, you can tell by the card when they were particularly around what time they were sold in stores, like what year. Let's start off with the first one here, the red one. This is a Dodge Viper Gtsr, and what's really neat about this particular car is that it's actually based off the 2000 Dodge Viper Gtsr concept car, and it's a really nice casting. Let's kind of get a better look in here. One of the signature characteristics of a Dodge Viper is how long the hood is, and when the concept car was debuted in 2000 or 2001, don't know which year exactly, it was actually a fully functional concept car. And back in the day, a lot of the times car manufacturers, they would release these concept cars, but they would literally just be shells. They wouldn't be functional at all. But unlike in the time that Hot Wheels has produced this particular casting, they've produced a dozen and a half of them in different colors, but Dodge only ever produced one example of this car, and just like that original example, it was red with silver stripes. So this one's real nice. Taking a look here, this one here is the Dodge Viper RT10. So this one here, Hot Wheels has actually been producing this particular casting for about 30 years now. And for me, I really like Dodge Vipers. Pretty sure I said that in the last video. And sorry, excuse me, I have a bit of a cold today, or a little bit sick. But when I think of Dodge Vipers, I always think of them being blue with the white stripes. This one here is based off the original one, and as I said, Hot Wheels has been producing it for about 30 years now, and in 2016 they actually retooled the manufacturing line to make some changes to what the car looks like. So I actually have a retooled version here. Didn't purchase this one as a part of the haul, but let's take a look at it. So before I open it, real neat thing, we're going to talk about it in a future dated video, but you can see this one's a treasure hunt. It's got the symbol there. I'll show it to you on the car in one moment. Right there. And that's the car there. And as you can see here, you know it's a treasure hunt because it has that symbol there behind that sits behind the car on the cardboard blister. So this is the new one, and the big differences in the retooled version compared to the original version is the side exit exhaust is a lot more defined, and another big difference is that the shapes of the windshield are slightly different. It's hard to tell on the older one only because the windshield is tinted, but other key differences, it's so bizarre and weird. The rear of both of these, on the new one, it's a lot more detailed, and you can kind of see it. And then if we flip it around though, on the front of these, the new one seems to have a little bit less detail compared to the old one. So I really like here how the headlights are more filled in, or well, they've taken time to actually make them more distinguished. And then even the fog lights appear to be missing on this one. You can kind of see it, but barely. It's really bizarre in my opinion. I think that they should have kept the details on the front and then redid the back like they did. But either way, love Dodge Vipers, and this is really beautiful casting here. And next in this box, we've got these 3 different Porsche 911s from 3 different time periods here. Let's start off with oldest, and then we'll make our way to the newest one. So the first one here that we have is the Porsche 911 Carrera. So this one here, it was originally designed by a different toy company. It wasn't designed by Hot Wheels. It was designed by a toy company called Corgi. Not 100% sure on how to pronounce it, but basically Hot Wheels' parent company, Mattel, purchased this toy company back in, I want to say 1989, I believe. And then Hot Wheels took this car and they introduced it into their lineup in 1996, I believe. And this particular example, it's actually based on the 1973 Porsche 911 Carrera Rs. And this one is this is when they released it in 2003 as a part of their final run series. And when cars are in the final run series, that pretty much means that Hot Wheels has decided that they are retiring that casting. Kind of think it's ugly in a way. There's something about the body lines I don't like, but at the same time, it really does have that old school retro look. It really does feel like an old toy. But it is nice. I really like how it has the Carrera banner down here on the bottom. And it's definitely a nice color. If you look here, don't know if it's going to focus, but it says final run on that sticker. And it even has the windshield banner as well. Real nice. Over here now, we have a Porsche 930, as they call it on the card. This particular one is from the Retro series that Hot Wheels released, it's called Retro Style series. And Hot Wheels released this particular one in 2016. It was from an exclusive lineup sold only in Target stores in the US. And all the cars in the Retro series, so I believe this is all 8 of them, they were only sold in Target, as I said. And basically they all had this nice card art. So a blue card with a picture of the card on the front. I actually have 2 of these. Probably going to keep the other one in the packaging still, but I'll free this one up today. This one. And when we look at this, it's a real nice example, or real nice piece. The tempos on this, so what the tempos are the different kinds of, like, I guess, graphics on the car. The tempos on this particular car are super nice. It really does give it, just kind of like the theme of the series, it's the retro style series. The tempos on this car really do give it a retro kind of looking vibe. I love it. The one random thing I forgot to mention about these 2 cars is that when we look at them, they both have metal bases. This one's not so heavy, but it definitely adds quite a bit of weight to this particular casting. And what's significant about metal bases is that many mainline Hot Wheels cars, they actually don't include metal bases. There is the odd one nowadays that does have a metal base, but it's not, as I said, it's not that often that you'll see it. Wow. And last but not least is this Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs. So this particular one is from the Hot Wheels Factory 500 horsepower series or set. And in that particular set, there were actually, I think, 10 cars. So it had 10 cars. Didn't really care to own most of them. Only really wanted this one, as well as the, I think it's a red Dodge Viper in that set. And I think it's super nice, but haven't been able to find it yet. But I have been able to find this particular one. And If we look here, it's got this nice yellow paint on it. And it's even got the Porsche logo on the wing. And just like the 911 the 911 Carrera that we looked at previously, it even has the banner on the bottom here running along the side. I really like the headlight detail in here. Those are nice. The Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs is easily one of the nicest Hot Wheels cars that Hot Wheels makes today. It's a beaut. And up next, switching it up a little bit, I have these two off-road vehicles. So this one first, it's a Ford Bronco. Basically, when I decided that I wanted to purchase a Ford Bronco before I put in my order for it, I decided that I was just going to collect Ford Broncos in general, whether they be new or old. Nothing too special about this particular one here. It's based on an older Ford Bronco, obviously. But, you know, I think it's just nice to add to the collection. And then this one here, this is a Matchbox car from the 65th anniversary Globe Travelers series. It's a Land Rover Defender 110. And before I open this up, very interesting fact, you know, Hot Wheels cars, they originally used to come in these Matchbox size boxes. And in certain markets, you can actually still get them in the box. But in North America, they now put them on these cardboard blister packs because apparently the North American consumer prefers it that way. Personally speaking, you know, I'd prefer to be able to see the car before I buy it, only because there's been times where I'd see a car online and it looks amazing, and then when I get to the store, I see it in the package and it just looks like absolute trash and I don't end up buying it. And then there's also been times where the complete opposite has happened. So, but Matchbox still includes these Matchbox size packaging boxes for the more premium lineup. That being said, this is a premium release. Let's open it up a little bit. That's the box it came with. And then here's the actual car itself. It's a Land Rover Defender 110. Really like the details on this one. Really like what they did, how good of a job they did on the front here. Kind of wish they painted in the lights at the top. It's got a nice detailed roof rack. Of course, because it is a premium lineup car, it does have rubber tires, but oh, look at this. These wheels barely even spin. I don't know if it's broken or what happened there. Yeah, that's annoying. Sad that those don't spin. But some real good details. Really like how they did the rear tire, or spare tire cover, the ladder. Other than the fact that it doesn't really roll, it is a nice piece. And the final part of this package that I've received here are these. These are very special. Let's take a look. So here we got the Car Culture 2-packs. In 2021, Hot Wheels released these Car Culture 2-packs as a part of their Car Culture premium lineup. There were a total of 6 released in 2021, and each 2-pack included 2 vehicles, and they always followed either some sort of theme or there were just two of the same vehicle with 2 different colors and tempos on them. So let's take a look at this one first real quick. If you're lucky enough, you'll be able to find one of these 3 sets in Walmart still here in Canada. They go for about $15 or $16 plus tax. They are a little bit pricey, and I definitely paid a little bit more than that, but they're very nice. This one here, this one has 2 Porsche 962s. It includes, including these 2, Hot Wheels has released a total of 6 Porsche 962s. And because I pretty much now at this point have all of them, I'm actually not going to open this one today, unfortunately. I'll save that one for another video. I think it definitely deserves the attention for its own video. So I'm going to put this back here in the back. And let's take a look at this one. What a killer. So here we have two 71 Datsun 510, or well, 71 Brie Datsun 510s. And wow. Really like the card art on these. It's very nice. Let's open it up. For anyone who doesn't know, so the name of this casting is the 71 BRE Datsun 510. And for anyone who doesn't know, BRE stands for Brock Racing Enterprises. And BRE, they were a racing team that began in the 1960s, or well, the late 1960s. I think they started in 1969. Don't know much about them, but I know that that particular race team is famous for these two cars here, particularly the number 46. I'm still struggling with this package here. So they're most famous for the number 46 car that you see here. Wow. And as I said, I don't know much about Datsuns, but in an article on speedhunters.com that I'll have linked down below in the description, they actually just labeled this BRE 46 car as one of the most famous Datsuns of all time. And amongst Hot Wheel collectors, Datsuns are, well, the Datsun 510 is one of the most collectible cars. There's actually a version of this red car, the 46 car, that did not have premium wheels like this one does, and with a slightly different red paint. It was sold on the Hot Wheels Redline Club website, limited to 3,000 pieces, and in December alone, 3 of them, or well, maybe more than 3 of them, sold for over $1,000 Canadian a piece. These particular ones will never reach $1,000 Canadian, but you know, it's good to know that I have something similar to them in my collection. Real nice. And just like those two Porsches I pointed out earlier, these two do have metal bases. They do have a nice weight to them. They have the exact same wheels on them, and they do have rubber tires. And it is a licensed model. For those who don't know, Datsun is owned by Nissan. And a random fact or fun tidbit about Nissan Hot Wheels cars is that for the past few years now at least, any car that Hot Wheels has done that was from Nissan always had details for the taillights that you see here, as well as details for the headlights. Real neat. So this video was definitely a lot longer than I anticipated, but I did show you quite a number of cars today and did talk quite a bit. Hopefully you all enjoyed watching, and we'll see you all next week with a new Free Friday. Have a good one, and bye for now.